Welcome to Daily Bread. As always, this reading is timeless, which means whenever you find this message, or whenever this message finds you, is when you're meant to see it. So please, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Go ahead and press that like button, comment, follow, share, and consider subscribing. The energy's already been cleared. Let's get started. Let's start by asking Source, what is the energy we need to focus on for this message? What is the energy we need to focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we need to focus on for this message? What is the energy we need to focus on for this message, Source? Oh. We'll take them both. Shadow self, believe. Yep. So right away, Source is telling someone you've done a lot of shadow work. Someone has spent a lot of time trying to look at who they really are objectively, trying to balance those scales a little bit. Someone has been brainstorming a lot. Someone has been doing a lot of deep internal reflection to look at those parts of yourself that aren't necessarily bad, but the ones that you have been afraid to look at. Remember, good and bad are moralizing, and we can do without that. We can approach this differently, and someone has found out that you can look at those parts of yourself that you're afraid to look at as, okay, these are parts of myself that are unknown to me, and those give you opportunities for internal growth and depth of understanding. And Source is telling you right now that you can believe in yourself more objectively now, because you have a better clarity when you are looking at the world. Someone's third eye is all the way open, and what I mean by this is Source is telling me that someone has such an objective viewpoint of their world internally and externally that you need to start trusting and believing in the world as you are able to see it. You see things differently. And when you see things differently, people will challenge that, but you found a place where you can accept the feedback that you're hearing from people, the way that you're seeing things differently, and then you're able to balance those things objectively with, okay, am I saying things differently in a way that they have validity, or am I saying things differently in a way that maybe we're just seeing things differently, and I'm going to continue to keep believing in my truth, but keeping in mind that, circumstances may change, and keep myself open to information. So someone is finding the ability, Source is telling you to learn how to believe in yourself, even when you feel like there is a storm all around and outside of you and inside of you. So someone has found that stability to be able to do that. So let's dig deeper into this. Deeper, and we're going to go into the tarot here, and we're going to ask for 3 cards to give us more clarity about ourselves and the reason. We're going to take 3 tarot. Source, please tell us what you're trying to tell us about. Oh, perfect. All right, so you have the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Cups. So what I'm seeing right off the bat is someone has found their internal flame, their internal joy, their internal strength. Somebody spent a lot of time, I see maybe like over these last 2 weeks or so, really being sleepless, really doing a lot of internal reflection on your relationships and your future, and doing a lot of trying to understand and not just for yourself, but for the people around you and the world around you. I see someone who spends sleepless nights thinking about how they can live better with the world and the environment, not just alone, but with other people. And here's the thing, I see someone who's finally found that space to say, okay, I am a vibrant personality. I am full of youthful energy. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you are an introvert or an extrovert. Someone has found that flame in them that really has their heart beating like a drum. They found something in their world that makes them want to grow in their understanding and collaborate more and leave this dark space of feeling like there's nothing you can do. So I see someone who is starting to nurture the things in them that give them fire and give their spirit. I see someone who is taking up some hobbies. I see someone who's finally found like 4 or 5 things that they're really interested in, and they're not just consuming. Like, I'm seeing someone who's really finding that they have creative ability and they're learning to lean into that. And creative ability can be creative problem solving, creative problem solving can show up in a lot of ways. It can show up in how you approach your relationships. It can show up like romantic relationships and friendship relationships and business relationships. It can show up in how you approach your finances, in how you decide you want to grow your wealth and abundance. And when we say wealth and abundance, that does mean finances, but there are other forms of wealth, like your internal peace. And I see people finding ways to nurture that. And I see maybe even someone who has taken up music. Maybe someone's decided to pick up an instrument that they haven't played in a while, or learn how to play an instrument. I see someone who wants to spend more time in nature. I see someone who wants to work with animals, and I see someone who has finally decided that they are going to be their own guardian angel. Someone's spirit guides have been really communicating with them in their dreams, and you've been spending a lot of time up, and you've been seeing a lot of things, and you've been feeling a lot of negativity, and Source has allowed you to see that so that you can see the things where you can make a change in the world. So Source is finally telling you that it's time to put your feelings to action, to bring your feelings into a place where you can manifest them into reality. So all of those things that you have been ruminating over, all of those things that have been keeping you up at night, Source is telling you, okay, now you have seen these things, you have this objective view of yourself. Now go forward and do what you need to do to make those changes to bring about the future. And what someone is about to see is things are just about to start happening in your favor. You're about to start getting this momentum. So the thing is, you're about to start seeing opportunities to connect and relate to people better. You're going to start seeing ways and opportunities to relate to yourself better. You're going to start seeing opportunities to let your creative side out more. You're going to see opportunities to let your strategic side out more. You're going to see opportunities to let your loving side out more. You're going to see more opportunities to just be your true self more. And for some of you, this is going to attract soulmate energy, and that could be romantic, that could be platonic. And honestly, this could also be a whole new chapter in self-love for you, where you and Source have this internal relationship where you're able to find inspiration from within and bring it outside. And that's beautiful. So we're going to go to the Oracle. We're going to ask Source for any action or additional guidance or final messages with doing our shadow work and believing. No place like home. Absolutely. So someone has found home in themselves. Someone has been looking for a place where they feel like they belong. Someone who has been looking for a place where they feel like others around them are able to collaborate and communicate and understand. And those barriers that you are feeling led you to that space to do that shadow work, to do that work to make you feel more comfortable in your own skin. So no place like home. Absolutely, someone is finally at home in their own skin, and you realize that home is a place inside of you, and you can take that with you. And I see someone who has mastered that so much that they're going to be able to make safe spaces for other people as well, but also understand how to protect your home, which is put up appropriate boundaries to make sure that you aren't having boundaries that are too porous and boundaries that aren't too rigid, but maybe boundaries that are balanced, and maybe taking the time to look at the different areas in your life. Like maybe some of your areas in your life, you are a little bit too rigid, and some you're a little bit too porous, and someone has done the work and they're going to continue to do the work for that. And I see someone continuing to ask themselves, questions every day, like how can I become closer to how can I make my reality closer to the dreams that I have for the future? And you're going to start seeing people and connecting with people, and you're going to find your space. So thank you for tuning in to Daily Bread. I hope this resonated with you. Please take what did and leave the rest for someone else. Press that like button, leave a comment, follow, go ahead and consider subscribing, and share with someone you care about. Maybe it'll help them. Till next time.